Okay, good morning team. So today I'm going to see Marcus. There's a guy, he's actually the same vintage as me, and he's got like the world record for chin-ups or something, and he's going to put me through my conditioning paces this morning. So it's just going to be really ugly. I can feel it. But we're 3 weeks out from the fight, and I did put up a video at some point. I might intercut it with this or make it a separate video, put a link. Like when my ear was blocked and when it just started, it was the day after I had my last beer, and actually it's painful to watch that video because I look ill, I feel ill watching it. Don't know if I look much better now, but I'm just sleepy, but I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, we're down here at Bondi Beach, about to do a session with Marcus. A bit scared. Just about to go into my voiceover booking, which is what I do for some of my income. So I had a session this morning with Marcus of Bondi. He's amazing, great guy, incredibly positive energy. Is this crooked? Yeah. And he's my age. He's 50 something. I think he's 50. Anyway, the dude is ripped. It's like on an all vegan diet. If there's any kind of like advertising icon for being a vegan, a really good one, it would be Marcus. He's in amazing shape, and so pretty much I wasn't looking forward to the session, and I knew it was going to happen. My Achilles has been playing up, so we took it easy on that. We went down to the sand, and he filled a bag full of sand, and then he had a rope and had an elastic band around that, and so he would make me run up 30-40 meters, run back, and then I had some boxing gloves out and hit the pads, do a few combinations. And then we do a few of those, then we'd have a break. And then we did that. I must have done 20 laps. And it was a 45-minute session. It was horrible. It was punishing, but it was really good for the cardio. And it was pretty funny because on like one of the laps, there's these kids sitting near the lifeguard tower, and they were asking me how many laps I had to do. And then I was dragging the bag along and thinking, man, it's gotten heavier. And then one of the kids was hanging off it, so I had to tell them not to do that. And then on the very last lap, some little toddler is on the sand, decides he wants to have a punch to the... It's just little things like when you're under physical duress, and then you, especially when you're running on the sand, someone walks down the ramp or they walk in front of you. Not only kind of like a minor thing, but you really have to not get disturbed by that. It's a good thing because it stops you from, disciplines you to not be kind of overly precious. There's another thing that happens on the sand when you're sand running, and where you have the other person, and there might be like a trench, a furrow that people have dug because they've been running all day, and then you have this sort of tension where someone has to give way. But I have another friend of mine, Dan, and he said that he just always gives way because then he's getting extra workout. So I always give way in the sand. I try and put my ego out of it because sometimes you can get into that. Why don't you move? No, I moved last time. You should move. So did that. It was a great session with Marcus. Probably going to do 2 of those a week just to get the cardio up. And yeah, him and I combined age on the sand is 100 years. So I feel really good today. Didn't feel that good when I started, but my cardio and striking, I was able to maintain technique, maintain kind of a cadence with the striking. Probably could have gone a bit harder on the sand, but man, it was hurting a lot. All right, let's go to work. I finally weakened. I just can't handle it anymore, man. It's been like 6 weeks without a beer. I'm just breaking my promise not to drink for the fight training, and I'm gonna have this beer right here. Actually, it's not beer. It's Barocca and amino acids, but it looks a lot like beer when you mix it up like this.